Hey guys, welcome to this live session with me Kshitij on Shoot Guru and we will be starting very soon. हम लोग बहुत जल्दी शुरू करने वाले हैं और आज का सेशन will depend on what majority people we get. हम हिंदी में भी कर सकते हैं, हम इंग्लिश में भी कर सकते हैं. So welcome to this live session and I hope लाइटिंग के बारे में आप लोग आज कुछ एक्स्ट्रा जानेंगे एंड अब कल से बेटर लाइटिंग कर पाएंगे और अपने वीडियोस को और भी बेहतर लाइट कर पाएंगे ताकि वो और ज्यादा सिनेमैटिक दिखें. So, हम लोग बस थोड़ी देर में शुरू कर रहे हैं. वी आर एक्चुअली रेडी बट मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ कि थोड़े और लोग हमें ज्वाइन कर पाएं एंड हम लोग बात कर पाएं और लोगों के साथ डिस्कस कर पाएं. तो आपके पास कोई भी क्वेश्चंस हो, इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस जस्ट पुट इट इन द लाइव चैट. आई हैव माय आईज ऑन द लाइव चैट एंड आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ ऑल द क्वेश्चंस एंड आंसर देम एज मच एज पॉसिबल.
Oh no, that is what they all say when they see me pouring some wine. Oh, think it's empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you don't fall, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. Oh boy, got so hot I forgot what I should have thought of before. Sure ain't easy for you to let off the rules, cause there's so much
So guys, welcome to this live session and I'm Kshitij from Shoot Guru. I have been in the industry for quite some time now. This is actually my 13th year. मैं 13 साल से इस industry में हूँ और मेरे को अपनी kind of life share करने में ज़्यादा मजा आता है. So hence I am into the education business now and we are teaching people to shoot better films ताकि आगे जाके जब हम लोग collaborate करें, जब हम लोग मिलके कुछ करें तो आप लोगों को already सब कुछ आता होगा and we can actually create some beautiful masterpieces with whatever we are trying to do. So definitely let's look at collaborations, let's look at future collaborations, and if you have ideas, if you have anything that you would want to share with us, do not hesitate to do so. We are open to ideas, we are open to collaborations and हम लोग अपने students, हमारे followers के साथ बहुत collaborations already करते हैं and ये education जो हमने provide करनी शुरू करी, the reason it is made affordable is only because we want to collaborate with you future. And today's workshop is all about lighting और आज हम लोग लाइट के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं. मैं आपको वन लाइट सेटअप के बारे में बात करूंगा. मेरा जो यहाँ पे भी सेटअप चल रहा है, जो यहाँ पे इस टाइम पे सेटअप लगा है, वो भी एक ही लाइट से लिट अप है. एक लाइट ऑन अ 45 डिग्री एंगल ऑन मी. आई एम यूजिंग एन अपर्चर 120D2 with like a dome 2 which is like an octa diffuser और उसके आगे ग्रिड लगी हुई है जो कि एक फोकस लाइट क्रिएट कर रही है मेरे फेस के ऊपर. And what I'm going to show you today is a compact lighting system which is ultra bright, ultra beautiful and can be dimmed and everything, and like it has something which is called the super bright mode as well. So बहुत चीजें मैं दिखाऊंगा. We will talk about lighting, we will talk about lighting setups, and I'm going to also tell you something about the different kind of lights that there are. But we are going to start in another 2 to 3 minutes. We're still waiting for some more people to join us. There are about 30 people who are here. So everybody saying I should continue in English. So let's do this in English. अगर आपको हिंदी में कोई भी सवाल पूछना हो, don't hesitate. I can answer that. The only thing is I'm not able to look at the chat feed. For some reason, I'm not getting any chat feed in my stream analysis, but I am looking at my chat feed over here. So I will be able to answer questions. They might take time because I will take them and put them back again wherever possible. And again, if you have any questions, if you want to ask anything, please do not hesitate to ask. Just go ahead and ask and I will take them up. Today is all about cinematic lighting using one single light. So let's start in another 2 minutes.
I did it again. I said a few things that I shouldn't have done. Well, bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. 'Cause I know what you don't. It is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. Now come alive with me and quit the jealousy. I know you're bored, I know it's boring me. Now come alive, baby, get out the grave and I know you're bored. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad.
Hey guys, welcome back to the live session. We are starting off right now with the live session, and I am just gonna check how my stream is looking before I actually start. Well, it looks beautiful. I know my screen is smaller, but I am going to be talking about light and lighting setups in today's session, and it is very important to understand what is light, how does it actually affect the quality of production that you are doing, how does it affect the quality of the setups that you're putting up, and how it will actually make your productions look better. So the first question I ask everybody is, why do we actually need light? So light actually creates mood. Light creates mood in terms of storytelling. Light creates mood in terms of textures. Light creates mood in terms of the setup that you create and the kind of colors that you're using, and of course, the directions that you put light through. So lighting is all about creating moods. Lighting is all about making your shots and your setups and your art direction and your production design look fantastic and look beautiful. So it is basically how you can actually, make your setups better in terms of where the light sources are coming from. Cameras work on light. That is how a camera is actually capturing anything. Light is falling onto a subject and then you are emitting back into the camera, and that is how you're getting light. Hani, can I get the remote, please? So lights are important. You have multiple types of lights and you have multiple things that you can actually light with. But lighting, I can guide you what are the setups, I can tell you the directions that light should be falling in, I can tell you the kind of lights you can use, but it is always your aesthetics, the situations you are in, and the kind of setups that you're shooting on, with the kind of cameras that you're shooting on, which actually enable you to get better results, which actually enable you to get the mood that you want, which actually enables you to tell the story that you want to tell. Lights are used to light up your characters. They are used to light up backgrounds. Let's say if I want to add a light to my background, it creates a halo kind of an effect. I can put it right behind me, so this gives a backlight to the whole thing. It is creating more texture. So without it, actually, the setup looks dark and dull. It is a focus light on me. I want the focus on myself. But if I add a light in the background, it adds focus to the background as well. So you can use multiple light setups. You can have multiple direction lights. You can have multiple color lights. If you have the capability to actually use multicolor LEDs, panels, small portable lights. Aperture does a light called MC LED, which is a beautiful multiple color lighting. If you use things like that, they will of course give you more opportunity to give your scenes textures, give your scenes better fill lights, and of course give your scenes better moods. So light is also associative to mood. Then there are some terms in lighting that you need to understand. The first term, the core element, is the light itself. You have the camera, you have light, you have diffusion. Every light needs diffusion. Every light needs a kind of a barrier in between to reduce the intensity, to manage the intensity, to manage the quality, to manage the softness of light. Harsh lights don't look that good. Harsh lights look good in black and white films, but if you talk about color, if you talk about mood, you need soft lighting on your subjects. See me on the full screen? Okay, I'll keep switching between me and this full screen. I'm glad you like looking at me better, but just for you guys, I'm gonna just finish this slide, come back to full screen, and I'll keep switching. So then you have bounce. What is a bounce? Bounce is when you hit your light against a reflector, when you hit your light against a flat surface, and you get that back onto your subjects. Because we will be working with a single light, we will not have an alternate fill light. I will be using a reflector as a fill light. I will be bouncing this off onto that light, surface, so that acts as a bounce. You have two kinds of bounce. The one bounce is that reflects light. The second is what we call as a negative bounce, which absorbs light. So that is actually called a solid or a negative bounce. And that is, any dark color. If you have a dark color on the opposite side of your light, it will actually make the shadows more accentuate. It will add a deeper depth in your shadows, and it will increase the shadow color. Hence, you will get a negative bounce. Then you can, of course, have natural light source, and in our case are windows and doorways. So all these things need to be understood. And this slide right here, guys, I will share the slides with you. Don't worry about it. It will be available on the Shoot Guru app. And this video will be available on YouTube for a while, but after that, it will be available on the Shoot Guru app alone. So don't worry, you guys can take this later. And of course, the slides will be shared. This is for you to create your own lighting diagrams when you get into professional lighting, and when you, as a cinematographer, want to show your director or your gaffer or your lightman what's the lighting you are looking at and how it is going to look. So the first thing that we are going to be discussing about is types of lights. And in types of light, the first light, the most, I would not say it was when the era began, it was when the filming era began, was tungsten lighting. Everybody worked on tungsten lighting. Everybody worked on those halogens, those warm lights, those very hot lights, and that is how scenes were lit up, because those were the sources that were available to you. We lit scenes using filaments, we lit scenes using gases, and that is what lighting has been. I have just put a post about color temperatures, and tungsten light actually replicates what light you get from candle lights and, of course, you can say candles, and fire for that matter gives you that warm tone. Then bulbs, you know, those yellow color bulbs in your house with the element in between, the Edison bulbs that we call them, are also warm light or tungsten lighting. They are also called incandescent lighting. The incandescent setting, the color setting in your camera will replicate that and give you a beautiful white balance. So tungsten light, by the way, are very hot. They are something that you will use only when you need brighter light sources. It is that something that you will need to kind of create warmer color tones. And the day and age of using tungsten lighting is going, but the older lights, the M10s, the babies, the multi-10s, all of these were tungsten lighting and are tungsten lighting. Some of the older cinematographers still use them, but it's not that as common as it was before. But one thing that still remains with us, one thing that still stands with us, is the HMI lighting. Now, HMI lighting, you have to understand, are very, very ultra high powered lights. They are lights that people use to recreate outdoor lighting indoors. Imagine you're on a set of Avengers and you have a huge studio that you're shooting Avengers in. You have to shoot a day scene and you need to destroy a whole city in that day scene. Well, you will not go out and actually destroy a city. You will recreate that city inside a studio, and you will use these HMI lights. You will use these things over here. Now, let me zoom in and show you what these lights actually look like. 1 second. If you look at the screen right here, the light on the back is actually an HMI light, the kind of a silver light that you see, and the thing in front is actually the diffusion, the bounce, which is basically emitting the light as it would come from the sun. It is actually replicating what the sun gives you. It is actually replicating how you would look at when you have sunlight coming into your like area. You want to recreate cities, you want to recreate new and new realms, and you can actually recreate daylight. You can turn night into day using these lights. There are sets used by directors like Christopher Nolan, and there are big Hollywood directors who use these kind of lights to light up roads, because at times they want to record slow-mos and they need those flicker-free lightings to record slow-mos. One of the biggest examples that I can give you is stadiums. If you have seen the movie Dhoni, you would have realized that the scenes that were recorded with Sushant Singh Rajput, and then Dhoni came back into picture, were of different lighting, were of different quality. The shadows looked different, the slow-mos looked different, except for the places where they morphed the face. But otherwise, the whole setups that they created, and if it was a night shot, they actually used HMIs to light up their scenes, because HMIs are very high intensity and of very, very high quality, and are used to do those 1000, 2000 FPS slow-mos and everything and anything under the sun. Yes, everything and anything under the sun works through HMIs. Now, one thing that you need to remember with HMIs and with tungsten lighting is they are hot. They are hot, they create heat around them, they're hot to touch. You need time to kind of wake them up. When you turn them on, they take time to heat up and give their full intensity, and then they take time to cool down as well. Basically, it is the way they are done. They work on gases, they work on filaments, and they work on gases. So all these things work hand in hand. The worst thing that happens with them, and which I personally felt when I was using these lights when I started my career in this industry, you made your actor sweat. You made your subject sweat so much that they got uneasy to look into the camera. They were hot. If they were facing the light would fall onto them, and it would just make their eyes uneasy. Their skin would chap up, the makeup would chap up, hence a lot of touch-ups were needed. So the day, age, and era of tungsten lighting is slowly fading away, and we are heading towards cooler lights with bicolors, which actually allow you to create a warm or a cool tone. And I'm going to just start talking about that. But guys, yes, Hunar, these lights consume a lot of electricity. You need what I remember on a one shoot in a house, we were using these 5 of these lights. I actually needed a 20 kilowatt generator just for the lights, because they needed consistent power, they needed consistent voltage. These generators are not like your wedding generators in which they make a lot of noise. These have to be silent generators. These generators are supposed to be giving constant power to your lights so that you get constant voltage and there is no flicker in lighting. By the way, those halogens were also flicker free. HMI lights are also flicker free. It's just that the power needs to be regulated through a bus bar, and that bus bar maintains the voltage, maintains the frequency, and gives you proper lighting. It is expensive. It was expensive. It was so expensive that you need a team of lightmen, you need a team of electricians, you need power lines coming into your house. They were hot. If they broke on your set, they could cause fire. I had seen sets catching fire because the lights got too hot. If you use diffusion, you can't use regular diffusion on these lights. The diffusion itself needs to be at least 4 feet away from these lights, otherwise it will burn down. The cheapest form of these lights are the halogens that you get for weddings, are the halogens that you put, on the street. Ultra cheap, but then again very hot, and you get those barbecue smells if bugs go into them, which is not that pleasant at times. But then the era changed and we got into new kind of lighting, and fluorescent lights started popping up, tube lights started popping up. Now these were not your regular tube lights that you put in your home. No, these are very different, high quality roll light tubes, and that could actually emit ultra UV lights. These lights emitted UV lights. They had mercury vapor inside of them, and they were balanced for both using them indoor and outdoor. So a balanced lighting system came. Yes, Yash, that's right. Now HMI power are available because these have become LED HMIs, and they're very expensive, but I was going to come to that. I'm going to tell you guys what are the things available now. Coming back to what I was talking, so we are talking about tube lights or fluorescent lighting systems, and the company that was known for them was KinoFlow. KinoFlow made these lights, and they were very popular in the industry for a very, very long time, unless we had LED lights taking over. And when LED lights took over, we got very, very high quality lighting system. We got very, very high quality lights, and now we were able to work with cool lighting systems. The best thing, what I love about LED lights, is the portability. I have a light right here in my hand, and plus this, what you see here, the live setup is also lit up by a LED light. And the light that I'm using, which I'm going to show you guys in a bit, is Aputure 120D2 to light up myself. But over here in my hand, I have something which is actually the ALMX, the Amaran, which is a beautiful light. It is not that harsh. Without the diffuser, of course, it is quite harsh and quite bright. But with the diffuser, it is very, very well toned. And the best part, what I really love about it, is that you can actually make it bicolor. I want warm lighting. I can use warm lighting. Let me show you what the result is. So if you see here, this is warm lighting, and if I want to take it towards the cool lighting, this becomes cool as well. So this is what LEDs did. LEDs actually gave you the ability to change light tones, to change light diffractions, to change light quality, without actually hampering your budget, without actually hampering your setups. And of course, they were cool. I can touch the light right after using it. I can even touch it during when I'm using it. It's not that hot. It's not hot at all. It even has a cool sink on the back to keep the LEDs really, really cool, and it's quite rugged. I'm going to show you the different lighting setups using this light today. How can we diffuse with such a small light? It comes with the this is not actually the M9. This is not the M9, right? No, this is actually the MX. The M9 is a different light altogether. This is ultra affordable and an ultra portable light from Aputure, and I love this light because it gives me enough power, and I'll show you guys in a little while what kind of power it does and how you can light a subject and how you can actually diffuse better, either by using these plates right here, these diffusion plates. They give you multiple of these, or you can actually add a a flash softbox. You get soft boxes for your speed lights. That softbox easily fits onto this light, because this light, the front fractal is as big as that and is very, very easy to use. No, I don't have a AL-M9 with me right now. I'm not that rich, and Aperture is not giving me that many lights. Anyway. So we need to first understand what are the type of lights. Now, type of lighting. You have basic 3 type of lighting. You have a key light, you have a fill light, and you have a backlight. Now, what is the key light? A key light is your main source of light that you use for your production, to lighting up your subject, to light up your scene. It is usually the highest powered light in your 3 light setup. Now, ideally, as a cinematographer, as somebody who's shooting cinema, I will use a 3 light system. I will have a key light that will light up my subject. I will have a backlight or a hair light to give a separation to my subject. And then I will have a fill light to light up the room or the ambience that I am shooting in. But we are in a day and age where we have to reduce budgets. We are in a day and age where we have to work on compact systems, and hence your light setups reduce, and hence your light setups go down, and you end up creating better better quality lights with whatever you have in your pocket, and that is what you have to really work with. So if you understand what is a key light, right now what you see here, the light source that I'm getting on myself is a key light. If I turn this off, if I turn this light off, I am in darkness. Let me just stop sharing. So now I am in darkness. But if I turn this on, I have a key light on myself. Let's say we turn this off and we create a fill light. This is a fill where there's a light in the room and is giving some kind of light to me. And I'm going to increase the intensity of this light as well. Let's do that. So this now works as a fill light. This is now working as a light that is filling the room with an ambience light. And now I add a key light. So you have light on the background and you have light on me as well. Without key light, with key light. I say, well, I don't want a fill light, but I really want to, light up the painting in the back. I want to give it a different texture. I want to give it a different kind of a lighting mood. I light up the painting. I turn it off. This is a backlight or a background light. Right now, how it is falling onto the background. But I say, I don't want to give the background light. I want to separate myself. So I put this behind me. This becomes a backlight. And I will tell you what kind of lighting it really is. And this works very beautifully as a separator from the background to your subject. But with the key light, it actually balances out and still looks much better. Oh, that's bright. Jagdishwar, I will share the M9 one, right? Of course, I will just share what the different light options that we have and the cheaper ones available. And plus the PPT that I share with you guys will have links to all of these lights so that you can get your hands on them. And if in any case, any of you guys are living around NCR, you can always come down to our studio and try these lights hands on. We are setting up a kind of an experience zone in our studio where all these lights will be set up. If you maybe want to shoot a vlog in our studio or anything, just book your slot, book 1 or 2 hours with us. We can do a one-to-one in that time, and you can come down to our studio if you are in NCR. We're based out of Gurgaon, and of course, you can try out these lights as well. Let's go back to my presentation. So first thing first, you have to avoid putting your key light near the camera for one simple reason: the lighting will become flat. You will not have textures. Because if you look at me right now, if you look at how I have lit up myself, I have shadow over here. I have a lot of shadow over here. If I don't want this shadow, I want to replace this shadow. I can do that by adding a reflector to my thing. I can add a reflector to my setup to add an additional light from here. I'm not adding actually a real light. Can you get it from here, please? I'm just going to add a reflector and show you guys the difference that I'm creating, and then we're going to light up a model as well. So if you saw that if when I add a reflector to the setup and I angle it in a particular way behind me and the light bounces off onto me, I add light to the darker areas of my face, so I can actually light myself, but the light has to be at an angle to create those shadows. Remember guys, shadows are your friends. Shadows create textures, shadows create mood, and is the make you look like God light. Okay, yes. That's a good way to put it. Thanks, Jagdishwar. Again, so what I was saying is, whenever you're using a key light, put it at an angle, put it away from your camera, put it away from your subject, so that light intensity falls onto your subject and also somewhat falls onto the background. That acts as a separation. What you can see here, my back is also lit. I'm very close, sitting very close to my background. So my background is also lit. I'm also lit. I don't need more than one light for this setup. I'm just going to show you what this light is as well. Just give me 1 second. Camera 30. So what you see here is the light source that I am shooting with today. It is the aperture 120D. Can I ask you to just turn the light around, please, so that everybody can see what I am using? And of course, I'm going to use the smaller light to give you guys a fair bit of an idea what it looks like. That's it, please. So that is a dome to right there with a grid diffuser and everything, and it's just, you know, lights lights me up. And this is not even at what intensity is the light at right now. This is like about 50% of the intensity what the camera can do. So basically what I am actually doing is I am lighting myself. Now here, look at the difference. I am actually now going live through the system camera right here and not using my DSLR. Otherwise I was using the DSLR. So my actual setup was coming through a USB cable into my system, which is just my assistant is setting it up again so that I can go back live. Just go here, please. See, the light is falling at an angle. The light is lighting me up at an angle, but it is not meant for this camera. What it is actually meant for is this, and you will see the difference in the camera qualities. And what I have here is the Lumix S5, which is going live using my USB cable. Can you zoom in, please? Much better. That's it. That's good. So the lighting was actually done for that camera, and I would actually ask myself to move the light a little bit towards the right as well, so that I can have a bit more light over here. And I think that's brilliant. That works for me. So you see how lighting really changes the mood, how lighting really changes everything. No, this is not butterfly. It's more like a loop lighting. If you see my shadows falling on the side and not underneath, like that. I have a very small nose to actually showcase it, but it's actually loop lighting. I'm going to tell you guys what lighting, different lighting you can do with one light setups. I love doing single light setups for one simple reason. As a filmmaker, when I started, I did not have the resources to, you know, really use a lot of lights. For the first 3 years of my career, I didn't even own lights. I didn't even own a camera for the first two years of my career. Yes, I rented out everything because I was learning and I was experimenting. My first purchase of a camera was a wrong purchase. It didn't even shoot video. So I actually had to invest again So that is why when I tell people, listen, buy a camera, buy an ecosystem that lasts you for a lifetime, there is a reason because of which I tell people to do that. And the reason is that you can't keep upgrading every month. And yes, I will do a live for you guys, especially how to set up OBS. But today, guys, do you know that I'm actually going live through Zoom? I'm not using OBS, not using StreamYard. I'm actually using Zoom to go live. OBS I'm not using for one simple reason. OBS has some bugs running these days. They're still fixing it. You can't stream videos through OBS very easily these days, but they're still fixing it. But Zoom is working very well because I wasn't supposed to share any videos today. So I feel that Zoom was a good option, and Zoom kind of gave me a multi-cam option where I could actually use my system cam, use this, and I can actually add another camera on another system. The best bit why I love the Lumix cameras is that using just the C-type cable, I am actually using my Lumix S5 or even the G100 or the entry-level cameras also as webcams, and these are very high-quality webcams, and we are recording high quality right here in front of you. Cool. Let's go ahead and let's understand some more things about lighting and some more things about light setups. So we're already at 8:30. And I would love to take up more questions as we go ahead. So we are talking about what kind of lights can you create and what are the different lighting setups. The first kind of light is a flat lighting. When you have the light falling in front of you, I'm going to show this to you with the subject in just a few seconds. Just going to go through the theory real fast, and then we're practically going to show to you guys what it looks like, because it'll take me 2 minutes to change my camera setup. So bear with me when I do that. Till then, let's understand what it is. Flat lighting, when the light falls directly onto the face and the shadows, there are no shadows being created on the face. It is a very flat, multi-lit, I would say a shadowless world for you. Real life is not shadowless. In real life, you do create shadows. You have to have shadows to create textures. If you look at this very, very deeply, there is a shadow under the neck. If you are somebody or shooting somebody who's got a good chin line, you would see that their chins throw a shadow because there's always a curve between the chin and the neck. In my case, well, it's not there. I need to start exercising. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so flat lighting, very bad. Never ever do flat lighting. That is why there are some directors, I'm not going to name them. I don't like them because they create shadowless worlds. They create worlds where everything is very well lit up. They create worlds where everything is ultra crystal clear. They create worlds where you don't get textures, you don't get moods based on shadows, and moods are created by dialogues, moods are created by music. Well, that is not what real cinema is all about. Real cinema is what I would say Anurag Kashyap does. I love what he does. He does using available light. So whatever you do, you imitate available light. If there's a light source like a window coming in, but you're shooting at night, make that window a real light source, put a light right outside it or from that direction, and throw the light in like a window would. It will always be directional. It will never be directly onto your subject. Your subjects will create shadows, and that is what lighting is all about. Let's not name anyone, Hunar. I don't want to offend anybody here because everybody's got their own choices. I've got mine. So going ahead, the second lighting, which is very, very, very beautiful lighting. If you do portraits and you create a shadow, if you see right underneath the nose, is the butterfly lighting. If you're shooting women have beautiful noses, unlike mine. I have a fat nose. Anyways, women have beautiful noses. They create nice, beautiful butterflies under the nose, and plus they don't have mustaches, so you get to see that shadow. You will not get to see that shadow if I light myself in a butterfly lighting. Hence, women look beautiful when you do butterfly lighting. It is good for portraits. It is when you put the light on an angle from the front and the light creates butterfly light shadow underneath the nose. Third light is loop, what I was showing a little while ago, where the shadow, when it is falling from an angle, but I have where the shadow of my nose falls on the side and creates kind of a circle falling in. If people have long noses, they go longer. If people have short noses, they go shorter. It's called loop lighting. It looks like a loop. Then you have Rembrandt lighting. Rembrandt lighting is called Rembrandt lighting because painter long time ago started painting his portraits, and he started painting lights in his portrait where a triangle formed on the darker area of the face. If I sit at an angle, look at me, I'm just going to stop sharing and show you guys what Rembrandt would look like. This would be considered loop. If I turn a little bit and you see that there is a triangle forming right here, this is kind of Rembrandt, where Rembrandt is being complete. I'm going to show you guys in more detail what Rembrandt is all about. And Rembrandt is what you should be targeting. Rembrandt looks beautiful in interviews. Rembrandt looks beautiful with character shots. Rembrandt actually looks very ultra beautiful when you are actually shooting people. If you have subjects, if you have close-ups, if you have mid close-up shots, if you have any kind of shots where your face is ultra clear, or an over-the-shoulder shot for that matter, create Rembrandt lighting and it will look beautiful. But remember, if you have a two shot where there are two people talking to each other, you can create Rembrandt for one person on one cheek and for the other person on the other cheek. Don't try recreating the Rembrandt same lighting for the other person on the same cheek. For one simple reason, light sources cannot be coming from different places. They have to be coming from the same place if you are changing angles. Always remember that. Whenever you change angle, keep your light source constant, and that is what lighting is all about. And finally, I want to go too dramatic. I keep one side of my face lit up and the other not. That is called split lighting, which is of course mood lighting, which is scary lighting, which you would use for very, kind of a beautiful portrait setups. But I love doing split lighting for myself. If you see a lot of my not just saying posters, they all have lights which are split lighting, where half of my face is dark and half of it is lit up. And that is what split lighting is all about. So that is what I am talking about, single light setups. And let's get into the practical side of these setups. I'm just going to change my camera. So you guys have to bear with me for 2 minutes before I start showing you practicals. Please put in the questions. And guys, introduce yourself, man. This is the time where you introduce yourself. Tell me your name, where are you from, and what you do, so that if in case tomorrow I'm looking at this again, I'm looking at all the comments coming in, I might call upon you to shoot with me, because very soon we are going to go on the road shooting in every city in this country. And that is what my target is. 2021, visit you once at least. So I'm going to turn my camera and mic off. I'm going to give you guys some music to listen to till the time I come back. So hold on, put in your name, your location, and what you do, so that I get to know you better.
Oh boy, got so hot I forgot what I should have thought of before. Sure ain't easy for you to let off the rules, cause that's so much fun. Are you loving the feeling that touch me on you and it don't see what you're seeing, but typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, flow with it, please let it go. Oh no, think I did it again. I said a few things that I shouldn't have done. Well, bittersweet melody when I dance to fly, 'cause I know what you don't. It is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. Now come alive with me and quit the jealousy. I know you're bored, I know it's boring me. Now come alive, baby, get out the grave and I know you're bored. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken.
So guys, welcome to this live session. I have a very beautiful assistant of mine sitting in front of me. That's Honey, a Pixel Lifestyle is what she's known as on Instagram. And she's agreed for the first time to be my model today. And I'm gonna be revolving the light around her so that you can see what effect light creates when you play with it. And you get some beautiful shadows in the back as well. So I can make shadows dance. Anyways, so the first light that we were talking about is flat lighting. If I put the light in front of her and I'm going to balance my camera according to the light that I have, I'm going to reduce my ISO down. And this is what the light is. And I'm going to reduce that light as well. Whoa, this is like super power right now. Let's go down. Let's dim the light a bit. Yep, right there. That's color. That's darker, that's perfectly lit, nice. So this is flat lighting. If you see that everything on her face is visible, I'm gonna zoom in more. Take my focus right there. My aperture is at f5.5, my ISO is 1000. Let's increase my ISO a little bit more. This is more like balanced light. This is my ISO is about 2000, but if you look at her eyes don't have shadows, her nose is not creating any kind of shadow, and it is literally a flat lighting setup. For this, my light is actually, I'm going to switch my camera once so that you guys can see where my light is. My light is right here, if you can see that, on the center of the camera, and I am, yes, using the small light. I am not using a big light right here, just to show you guys what is the probability that you can do with the small light. I have the ALMX here, which is a very, very beautiful, small, high-powered lighting system from Aputure, and of course, you have the M9 also available, which is a cheaper option. So switching my camera again, just give me 1 second. I love this multicam setup. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So I think it is, yeah, sorry about that. Full screen, yeah, it's back on full. So coming back to you guys, well, this is flat lighting. I am throwing the light directly from where the camera is onto the subject. This is, as vloggers, a lot of you guys make this mistake where you use flat light. You would mount the light onto your camera. You would mount the light onto the hot shoe, and you will actually get very, very, very flat lighting. Sorry, Sarush, I forgot to switch off the full screen, but yeah, it is off right now. And guys, if you have any questions, do please ask. Don't feel shy to ask any kind of question. So coming back, this was flat lighting. Now I want to create drama. I want butterfly lighting. I'm just going to go up in this direction, and go a little towards her. So if you see that right under her nose, now you get kind of a shadow, which is of course harsh. I'm going to reduce the intensity of my light. It is much better now, and take it a little further as well. So that is what I call butterfly light, because what you see right under the nose is a shadow that is coming right there. See that? The shadow that is moving with my light. So this shadow is being created right under the nose, kind of like a butterfly shape. If you were a child and drawing butterflies, this is how you would actually draw butterflies. So then the shadow falls right under her nose. And I want to make it more dramatic. I want to say, no, I want to go a little different. This right here is loop lighting. So what I'm doing is I'm at the same angle going towards the right of my camera, from my direction, left of my subject, right. Now why? Because this right here, what you see right here is actually this right here is the larger surface area. This is where the maximum amount of light is falling. And the other side is the smaller surface area where the shadows are falling. This was flat lighting, butterfly, exactly butterfly lighting. I like butterfly lighting on women. It gives them, nice, kind of accentuation to their nose. Their cheekbones look better. See, you have shadows under her cheekbones. They look much better. Of course, for models and all, it'll look really, really pretty. And so does Honey. Honey looks very pretty. Anyways, so we have we have is loop lighting, where the shadow of the nose created a kind of a loop which falls onto her cheek. This is used again for portraits. This is used again. Can you look a little bit here, please? Nice. So this is used for portraits. This is used, and to kill the shadow in the back, I'm going to take it a little bit up and a little bit here. So this is exactly what loop light looks like. Now I want to create Rembrandt lighting. I'm going to take it a little further away, and now this is my favorite kind of lighting. This is Rembrandt lighting. You see the triangle? You see the triangle that is there on her face, on the left side of her face, of her left side, and our, if you're looking at it, our kind of left side as well, I guess. Yeah, left side for us also, and for you guys in the computer, because it's an inverted image, right side of her face. But yeah, this is what Rembrandt lighting would look like. So I have a nice triangle falling off, and all of this can be achieved with one source of light. Then I would want to go into split. Voila. This is split lighting, more dramatic, more darker, much more fall off on the background, because she's sitting very close to the background, and the background is giving a kind of a bounce onto her. This is split lighting, where half of her face is dark. And Honey, can you hold this light right here, please? And keep looking in that direction, this direction. If I want to use this kind of lighting, and I want to add somewhat, somewhat a little bit of texture on the other side to give, to tell people what it would look like, I would just add a reflector. Look at that. So just by adding a reflector on the other side, I added some bit of shadow to give more detail. This takes away the detail. This adds the detail. So you have to make sure that the reflector is actually, the light is actually bouncing off the reflector. This, I'm still holding the reflector, but right now the reflector is falling onto the back. This is when the reflector actually falls on her face, giving it more texture. It is still split lighting, but with a little bit more texture to add to it. So when you are working with single lights, you can create dramatic moods. You can work with a lot of mood-based lighting, a lot of mood-based characters. I want to create horror. I just do this. This is horror lighting. This is raat ko andhere mein chalti, candlelight ke saath horror kind of lighting. And it is very, very ultra dramatic. Of course, and what I personally prefer is still the Rembrandt lighting right here. So for Rembrandt for you is 45-degree angle. And what if the subject is moving? The shadows will move, guys. If your subject is moving, you can't move with the subject. You can't move, with your subject. You can't move with whatever the characters that you are moving. The light will stay where it is. The light will be where it is. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to put the camera back. let's turn this. Can we get the camera a little up? So there was a question, can we add a light in the back to a small LED to kill the shadow completely? Yes, you can. You can, of course, add lights in the background to kill the shadows. You can add texture to the background. You can add color to the background. It always looks very, very beautiful. I usually have textures and colors in my background when I shoot. Can you take the focus on me, please? It'll automatically catch. Thank you so much. And what if your subject is moving? Imagine you're in a room and you keep moving around. The light source still remains the same. Your subject will fall into shadow, come back out of shadow every time. It is reality. It is what film is about. Film is about recreating reality, and that is what the audience really loves. You can't be using multiple sources of light in the same bloody room and think that, okay, I'm going to light my subject for 20 different angles so that wherever he moves in the room, he's still lit up with Rembrandt lighting. No, that is not possible. In places, they would go into backlight. In places, they would go into split lighting. In places, they will go into loop lighting. So the lighting source remains where it is. All you do when subjects move and you need to adjust light is you adjust your fill or you adjust your reflectors to kind of get more texture in very, very dark areas and to get more details. How to light a scene when camera is moving with the character outdoors? Use a reflector, because outdoor, you know, the sun is your source of light. The sun is your biggest source of light. You will light up not only your subject, but your surrounding, but everything under the sun. So you can use reflectors to light up the darker areas of the faces, like under the neck, under the eyes, under the nose. Use a reflector, then that is why you see big reflectors that people use. Or if you're working on a very big budget, use HMI lights to kind of light up your subject. That also works. Well, ring lights, I have my apprehensions with ring. Ring lights are beautiful for beauty shots. Ring lights are beautiful for makeup. Ring lights are beautiful for anybody who is recording their face quite well, but you have to understand, what do ring lights do? Ring lights create catch light because they have to be right in front. So your eyes, if somebody is wearing glasses, you will have an issue. If somebody is not got beautiful eyes, you will have an issue. And the ring in the catch light looks good in some cases, does not look good in others. And if the camera is always in the center of the ring light and you're always facing the camera as a vlogger, it is a painful thing, because you concentrating, looking at one light throughout, you will actually hurt the eyes more than creating beauty. So ring lights also can be used, but if used like normal lights at an angle, but I would never prefer it because they're very restrictive. The throw of the ring light is not as much, is very restrictive and focused onto the subject's face, and that is what they were meant for. In the beginning, when the ring lights were invented, they were invented for portraits, they were invented for makeups, and that is what it really is. Do we have any more questions coming in? Because we're actually done with the demo today. It was just a 1-hour workshop that we had planned. The rest of the time I have kept for Q&As. I'm still here for your Q&As. If you guys want to take up anything, I am more than willing to answer them. So if I'm going to check if I did miss out on any questions. There's somebody asking, okay, Jagdishwar is asking, free copyright music is hell nowadays, blah, 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 blah. Okay, with music, the best thing that you can do is work with websites that allow you to do multi-licensed music, that allow you to do multi-licensed copyrights. And Artlist is one of those websites, which is beautiful. It has a yearly subscription. And the best bit is it gives you rights for everything, rights for broadcast, rights for digital, and right for personal use as well. Thanks, Abhay. Thank you so much for the compliment. I'm glad you started shooting videos. We've got people from Calicut, we've got people coming in from Udaipur, Jaipur. Wow, thank you guys for joining in. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in today. And I hope this workshop is something that kind of made some fundas of you clear. We do a lot more detailed workshop in our course. The course starts on the 20th. Again, I don't like selling in my workshops. Workshops are meant for education. But for you guys, we have a course running that's only 7,999. Yes, only 8,000 rupees for 60 days of education, out of which 15 days are practical education with you guys working on equipment like this. You will actually work on aperture lights, you will work with Lumix cameras, you will work with DaVinci setups, you will work with sound design. That all happens in the practical sessions, and we do 45 days of online theory so that you're safe at home when you're learning the theory bit, and you're keeping social distancing and everything as well. So all of that happens only at 8,000 rupees, only for you, because we are concentrated on making education affordable. And by the way, the next batch starts on the 20th, and we have part-time batches. We have 7:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. classes as well. So if you are interested, just let me know, just DM me, or you can write to us as well through YouTube. Thanks, Sarush. Thank you so much. Which lighting technique is best for documentaries? I prefer using two light setups for documentaries for one simple reason. I need to light up my backgrounds because that is what documentaries are about. They're about texture, they're about location, they're about stories. I would use a smaller LED in the background and a larger light up front. But if you are on a low budget, try shooting outdoors in day as much as possible, because then you don't have to worry too much about lighting your subjects and your ambience or anything, and you can easily get very beautiful shots and very beautiful interviews done. Use ND filters when you're shooting outdoors so that you can get nice shallow depth of field as well. How to use rim light? Oh, well, that's a good question. I'm going to show you guys what a rim light is. Honey, can you come and just turn it on when you put it right behind me? And I'm going to make this a little warmer. Okay. Put it right behind my head. I'm going to turn this light off. Yep. Turn it on. Take it a little back. Take it a little up. Turn it a little up. So if you see, what you see right now is actually rim lighting, where it is creating an outline on my body. I'm not too far from it, so hence the spread is not as much. But if the light is bent, let's take it a little up and throw it at an angle, please. More up. So here this acts as a hairlight, a headlight. Bring it back down. This is what rim light is. So you're creating a rim around your subject. That's acting as a separator. This is used when I can, let's say, for example, I add another light up front and reduce the intensity of this light. Let's take it a little down so that it acts as a very basic rim. So now I'm getting a rim light, and I am getting a key light as well, which is falling onto me, which looks very pretty, very beautiful. And the rim light acts as a separator. Thank you. Praneet, my name is the hardest. It's a tongue twister, so don't worry about it. Nobody gets it right. Yep, that's true. Very well said, Aniket. All right, guys, if you have any questions, keep popping them in comments. I will love to answer all of them. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and please share it with your friends as well. Like this video, share it. It's going to be online for the next 48 hours, after which it will be available on the Shoot Guru app for free. We don't charge anybody. And what else do you get on the Shoot Guru app is the PPT that I was using. So don't worry about it. You will get that on the Shoot Guru app. I want to make education affordable and available to you. Hence, these workshops are in association with, today's workshop is in association with Aperture Lighting, which is mind-blowingly amazing and mind-blowingly effective and ultra cinematic. And believe me, it is one of the most affordable cinema lighting setups that you can get in the market, and you will bless your stars if you start shooting with them. So that is what it is all about. That is what today is all about. Thank you guys for attending. It has been a complete pleasure hosting you guys. It has been a complete pleasure having you guys here, and hope to see you guys soon on the field, and hope to see you guys shooting very soon. And if you ever want any kind of talk about collaborations or anything, please do write in or catch me up on Instagram. Just DM me. I answer all my DMs. In case I miss out your DM, don't forget to DM me again, because sometimes it does happen. I do read it, but I miss out on replying because I'm busy. Forgive me for that, but I will try and reply to whatever I can and however well I can. How will the max intensity? Okay, right now I'm using what percentage I'm using right now?
I guess this is 47.
This is 47%. Let me take it up. This is max intensity. No, not yet.
90.
Oh,
This is 93 yet.
that's not even 100%. Now this is 100%. Like, wow. That burned the shit out of everything. But yeah, let's bring it back down. I think that's decent enough what I see on the screen. And I hope you guys liked what we showed today. All right, guys, thank you so much for connecting with us today. Thank you so much for attending this live. We always love to host you guys. And if you ever decide to join us in one of our live sessions or in one of our workshop and courses, please feel free to get in touch. We have very limited seats. We take a maximum of 5 to 7 students per batch. We don't increase batches more than that, because we actually create films with these students. We actually produce their concepts. The 45 days work as pre-production, and the production takes place after those 45 days, when we either come to your city and shoot with you, or we call you to our city and get you to experience all the amazing equipment we have, and even drones. Yes, you get to crash a toy drone with me, and then you get to practice and one day fly your own as well. So guys, keep shooting, keep creating stories, keep sharing stories, share your concept with us. And of course, we love looking at your content. So just let's keep that coming in. And I hope you guys have a great week ahead, and we get to see you soon in maybe our course as well. So take care, have a great night, and a great week ahead. Ciao.
Waste another day, eyes on my display. You say we need a change, and I feel that you mean it. You mean it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online, and it's not like we need them. We don't need them. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found for you and I. Safe and sound. So can we just stop?